My name is Jamaica. A lot of people know me through the city as Tiger 6. I was convicted of second-degree murder of a black man, and I don't say that lightly. You know, I did 15, I was sentenced to 15 years. I did 13 and a half years. I've been out for a little over a year and some change now. October 28th, 22 is when I came home. Was that one of the first messages?
Yep, that was the first message.
I said, "Greetings, brother. This message may come as a surprise, or you may get these often. I was looking at my young brother J.O.'s page and ran across the interview you guys did. Might I add, was very, very good and much needed. I'm from Seattle, born and raised, grew up between the CD and South End, recently released after 15 years in prison, and would love to share my story of redemption, love, pain, heartache, madness, etc. in hopes of maybe sparking something in someone to let them know it's never too late to change who you think you are, because 9 times out of 10, we're more than what we often think of ourselves. My mentor once told me to be the narrator of your own story. Hope to hear back from you, brother. Continue to push in a positive manner. Peace."
Nah, it's funny when you wrote that. I could feel the energy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I think this would be good. I got to do it. So I talk about healing. That's
Nah, that's your thing. I was just explaining that to my partner. I was like, I'm finna go sit down with Fam and do this interview, bro. I said, bro, he's all about like healing, bro, holistically. Like, I said, man, it's dope. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah, bro.
Yeah. So that's what I have evolved to, and I appreciate you for coming on. I've been having a lot of street cats reach out to me.
I conquered a part of my life, bro. I didn't think that I was gonna ever be able to conquer, because I always thought in my mind I was gonna be the street nigga. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, man, it's crazy. I got this letter. I wrote it to my mom. We were kindergarten. You know how they asked you in kindergarten, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? And it's on that old nasty brown piece of paper where you learn how to write lowercase cursive and bigger case cursive with the pink line in between it. And I wrote, I want to be the biggest gangster in Seattle.
You said this at what time?
When I was in kindergarten.
Damn.
When I was in kindergarten, my mom see me that when I was in the joint. I couldn't believe it. I said, I wrote some dumbass shit like that. You know what I mean? You feel me? But so I didn't necessarily become the biggest gangster in Seattle. I just became a gangster, right? And so niggas can speak shit into existence. And niggas gotta be careful, nigga, what you say out your tongue.
You wrote that at 3 and became
that. You know what I mean? It became that, man, and we gotta be careful, man, what we say.
It came with prison time.
Yeah.
And it came with murder.
It came with parts of being a gangster.
Yeah.
Of what society says a gangster. Right.
And behind that comes with a cold process spiritually, the way of thinking. You had to go through like a transition, and I guess like it's kind of like what I mean by that, like facing just everything, and then like the cleaning process is the hardest process.
Oh, it's the hardest part. Yeah, for sure, because you gotta go back in and like, am I really doing the right shit? You know what I mean? Because we don't know. If you've been in dirt your whole life, you don't know that you're supposed to be clean. You know what I mean? And it's like a snake sheds levels of skin, right? So it's almost like levels of skin being shedded all the time, you know what I mean? Constantly, you know what I mean? To be able to get back to the pureness. And so, man, yeah, like I said, bro, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, I love it, I enjoy it. I'm glad I went through this situation. Like I tell cats all the time, man, going to prison saved my life. So when we take on these characteristics, these street names or whatever, that's a costume, right? That's a fictitious person. That's not even who you are as a person. And so we get so caught up in being these names, we start becoming these names, and we get further and further away from our true selves, right?
The alter ego.
Yeah, the ego, man. The alter ego. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Clark Kent, the Batman, or the Superman. I mean, yeah. And so it was like, okay, I got to get back to my true self. Like, so I started discovering that I was always like a nerd.
Yeah.
If I don't really like even using that word, but like just a smart dude. You know what I mean? Like
over time, you realize, oh, nah, nerd is cool.
man, nerd's cool.
But then we put a stigma on it.
Then the little nerd dude, you know what I mean? Yeah, but the nerd dude was the cool dude, you know?
And so he getting to the money on a business level,
sure.
and he's smart as fuck.
For sure, off the muscle. And so, yeah, it's like, I was like, man, I was always in the books. Like my dad had this bookshelf, man, that was unbelievable, right? And so when I stayed with him, he didn't allow us to watch TV. He's like, man, turn off that TV. You always want to come watch the TV. Read them books, right? And so I just rediscovered that I always loved books. And so that was where I found myself, was reading, man. Like you said, self-discovery. I rediscovered who I was. I rediscovered like, I'm good with words, man. I enjoy writing. These type of things, you know, and so I started journaling. Like I wrote every day since 2013 all the way up to 2022 when I got out. So I got composition books full of just writing, some doodles, you know what I'm saying, my thoughts, my plans, the things I didn't like about myself, things like that, man. So I rediscovered just myself, you know, just as a person. You know, like I'm genuinely a cool person, I'm humble, I'm compassionate, I'm caring. Like I got all these different qualities that I suppressed to be the man, I'm tired of shit, you know, and that's not even me. You're just being honest,
man,
you know.
And it's crazy, like when people see this, especially like, you know, the street cats that follow me. It's like, I mean, you're basically breaking down what a lot of people haven't even discovered yet. Because it's like they're outside. For sure. So you know, when you go sit down, I mean, you don't got to go to prison to change.
Get it. Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's cool now, but the mind's not quiet. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So you don't even got the chance to self-discover.
Most definitely, because you're not gonna be able to get it when there's noise around. It's only in the quiet places where you start hearing yourself. You know? Real shit. That's real.
Yeah, nah, it's funny. I used to live in Portland. I was a trainer out there, and this white dude took me hiking. But you know, I come from the culture.
Right.
Who the fuck hiking?
Right, who nobody hiking?
Yeah, nobody hiking.
Yeah, nigga hiking.
And I'm thinking, you know, ignorant.
Yeah.
And when I'll never forget it ever in my life when he took me to that mountain. It was so quiet. But
what mountain y'all go to?
We went to some mountain called Dog Mountain.
Okay.
And that bitch is a dog. It's a dog.
all uphill, huh?
Yeah, all uphill. And I'll never forget that the energy up there was something I never felt. It was just like, you know, sure. I thought, you know, partying and, you know, drinking and I was doing all that. And then when I went to that mountain, I'm like, damn. Like, this is different. But at the time, I didn't know. I just kept going. And then I started, you know, nerd shit. I'm like, I literally Googled, why am I going to the mountain? It started talking about, like, the trees give off frequencies.
Duh, man, for real.
And how nature heal you.
Yeah.
So that, my mind went ping. I'm like, oh, shit.
That's crazy you say that, right? Because so, in majority of prisons, you're either around trees or you're around, like, you're somewhere far out, right? You're hella far out, right? And you know, we out here in the Great Pacific Northwest, the Evergreen. It's trees everywhere. So that was like, I stayed on the yard. I enjoy walking because that was like my peace. You're not gonna hear you ain't even gonna hear no birds, fam. And if somebody tell you that you heard some birds, they lying. Cause you ain't even hearing no birds. It's quiet as ever. You know what I mean? And so. I get what you're saying, like, you know what I'm saying, you out in nature, man, you get a certain type of quietness into your mind, you know what I'm saying? So, no, that's deep. I used to walk, I still do it now, out here amongst the concrete, but it's still my peace, cause you know what I mean? Because I'm still able to get that quietness.